Hello, Mrs. Salmon. Good evening. I am Rafael Alejandro Chavez Barriga from Group 1346 of International Business, and I will be presenting my business plan based on a business model canvas, which will be answering all the questions of the questionnaire of the business plan that you let us do as a project. First of all, I would like to thank you for this opportunity because it gave me a big brainstorm on what could I do as a business or a company. And I ended up with this idea, which, open parenthesis, I will be doing in real life after, let's say, some weeks, close parenthesis. Well, first of all, nowadays, we know that humanity has faced a big impediment in all the areas we can thought of because of the pandemic. And connecting with our beloved ones, or watching them, or seeing them, gathering with them, has been very difficult to do. And more for elderly people and for people that live far away from them. If I have, let's say, family in Merida, it will be very difficult for them to travel from Merida to Mexico City because of the circumstances. Even though nowadays we're facing small steps in advance to face this pandemic with all the measures to keep everyone healthy. But in my personal opinion, I think we're in the same place as it has begun. Well, first of all, the name of my business plan, it's Fiki's Online Classes. And in here, in the screen, I'm going to show you first what is the customer segments. Well, first of all, what are customer segments? This means who are your customers, describing your target audience in a couple of words. And I divided it in 2 points. The first one is elderly people with internet access. And the second one, it's people unexperienced with Zoom and Google Meet platforms. With this, I mean that I would like to help elderly that have the internet devices and their laptop devices, phone, etc., and that they don't know exactly how to use it to connect with their beloved ones in some circumstances, say birthdays, parties, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, every kind of situation. Maybe it can also apply for work or, I don't know, hobbies, courses, labs also. And then I'm going for customer relationships. This means how often will I interact with my customers? And thinking about it, I have a very strict and difficult schedule during the week. So I will be planning on gathering and meeting with my clients, my customers, every Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So this will get me more time to give them more classes than I could give them during the week. Then I'm going to channels, which means how are you going to reach your customers? How am I going to reach my customers, even though they are not experienced with internet devices and that they have trouble with all the access to it? And I thought, well, nowadays, what is the platform that people use the most? And I thought Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and I said social media. And as you can see, I'm going to reach my customers via social media, and also I'm going to interact with them with personal interaction. That means that I'm going to still recommend myself during meetings of work, family gatherings. I'm going to ask them to tell other people about my business, and this is going to help me grow step by step into a bigger revenue business. Then, key propositions. How will I make my customers' life happier? This is a very important point to think about, because this is how you're gonna compete with your competition. Because a lot of people have taken advantage of the pandemic with online classes, but this is very different because of 4 points. First of all, convenience. This, what I mean by this, it's the weekend classes, because a lot of people, especially elderly, are very busy during the week. So Saturday and Sunday will be very convenient for them, and also for other people and experience with the platforms. The second one will be performance. With this, I mean of my performance as a professor. At first, I have to develop good speaking, let's say, very good speaking interaction, very good listening interaction with them, because sometimes elderly tend to be more slow on electronic learning. I have to also show experience in this area, which I know I have. And then the third point, it's ability to communicate through video calls. Like right now, I am recording my presentation in Zoom. So this is an example of what I could do for my online classes. And then the fourth point would be price. And at first, I know my business is not going to be as big as I would like to, but the prices I'm gonna give are very varied, depending on which people and how much classes are they going to take. I'm planning on asking for 50 pesos a class. I don't know, maybe, yeah, 50, 40 pesos, depending. Then this would lead me to key activities. With this, I mean, what are the key steps to move ahead to your customers? And this is very important, because with the key activities I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show that my customers have their own self-development in the platforms. This means that after the classes, they are gonna be able to develop and interact more with their beloved ones at work, and they're gonna use easier the platforms I'm gonna teach them to. Then this goes to key resources. What resources I'm gonna need to make my idea work? And well, I'm gonna need 4 important things: my computer, internet access, Zoom platforms, and Google Meet platform. This is very important, because without this, I could not make my business work. Then my key partners. The question here is, what are the key partners that I'm having to get a competitive advantage? And this is the internet access, my Apple computer, because of its faster and the fastest capability of gathering the things and connecting to internet. Having an Apple computer is a great advantage in here. Zoom membership, which I have, and Google Meet account. This one, at this point, I'm thinking that the Google Meet account comes along with the Google account. So if I have my Gmail, I'm having the Google Meet account for free. So that's a great advantage for me. Then the important things come in here. And I would like to start with cost structure, divided in 2 very important questions. The first one is, what are the most costs in your business? And then I'm going to answer with technology in here, because having an Apple computer, it's a great cost, and having it updated, it's a great work to do, because sometimes the updates tend to delay a lot in Mexico. So I have to be connected and updated with the updates. that Apple has had in the past few weeks or that they're going to have in the later on. Then the second question will be, which resources or activities are the most expensive? And I would like to say that they will be computer maintenance and actualization, which I have told before. Then to conclude with the business model, the revenue streams, and this will only go through one question. What and how are the customers going to pay? This is going to be divided into points. First of all, will be performance and the ability they'll get after the courses. And the second one will be they will be paying throughout weekly bank deposits into my bank account. So I'm going to tell them where can they make the deposits, where can they pay, and the performance and the ability they will get after the courses will be very noticeable. And I'm pretty sure they're going to enjoy it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not doing this because of the money. I'm doing this because I would like to help people. Yes, I like to get money, but knowing nowadays circumstances, I'm not going to take advantage of these people. But having my devices updated and with good maintenance, that is the thing that I will be asking money for. Then the questions that you gave us in the document, I'm going to answer them here in a Google document that I had. Before in the model canvas, I tried to show you in model canvas how will my business will work as my business plan. But now I'm going to ask the questions very directly. First, what will you need to get us started? Well, I answered that I need to start getting known by the customers that I'm trying to reach, especially those who don't have any ability to manage the platforms I'm going to teach. This will be, I'm thinking that I have to get started as fast as I can because all the platforms are having more clients, and the more clients they get, the less clients I have. Then how will my business make money? Well, the customers will have to make a deposit to my personal bank account. That's a little bit easy to explain. Then who are my customers? Well, my customers will be especially elderly people with internet access and people unexperienced and or unfamiliar with Zoom and Google Meet platforms. Because nowadays, a lot of elderly have to deal with it, and a lot of people have to deal with these platforms that they haven't been in touch. So maybe work can get a little bit difficult because of this, but this is when I'm gonna enter in their lives and try to make it them easier for them. Then, how will you reach your customers? Well, I'm gonna pay a little bit of advertisement through social media, familiar recommendations, ads on internet, etc. Google has a space and a section in which you can pay for an ad of your business. I'm not going to pay for a lot of ads like Apple or Amazon or Verizon. No, I'm going to pay for easy and direct ads to make my business get known. And then, how will I stand from my competitors? My answer was the manner in which the classes encourage the students, the elderly, to keep learning in a way to achieve their goal of getting experience with the platforms. Then, what are the strengths and weaknesses of my business? I divided this into points. The first one is my strength, and the most important one is how I manage to carry the business throughout the difficulties it may carry out with the elderly. And this is very important because the elderly are very difficult to treat with, especially while learning technology. They tend to get a little bit difficult to teach. Then my weakest point could be the competitors I have,